This morning, as many as 3 masked gunmen, possibly in body armor, attacked Inland Regional Center, a social services center providing assistance to people with developmental disabilities in San Bernardino, California. These masked gunmen stormed a conference room at the Inland Regional Center where an awards ceremony was taking place for county employees. And the suspects then fled from the scene, possibly in a dark SUV. So very little is known about this attack right now. Were there 3 gunmen? Maybe, possibly. Were they wearing body armor? Well, someone said so. Did they escape in a dark SUV? Possibly, could be, who knows? Are they terrorists? Left-wing, right-wing, Islamic, Christian, what? We don't know. Are they crazy? Is this a workplace killing? Is this a revenge killing? We don't know any of that. It's possible that it could be any of those. It's possible that it could be none of those. But I just have to ask, regardless of the details of this specific case, how many times are we going to let this happen? How many times are we just going to do nothing in the face of this problem? I was literally working on a video about the crazy Twitter reactions to the Planned Parenthood attack when I had to stop doing that to talk about this. You know, it's getting to the point where you try to make a video about one shooting and another shooting happens before you can even get it out. I wouldn't even be surprised if there was another fucking shooting before I could upload this fucking video. You know, maybe I'll be too late. We talk about some other shooting by the time this comes out. Shit. It's getting to the point where every time you fucking blink, you miss a mass shooting in America. So let's just go through our usual ritual, I guess, because America at this point, we have something that we do. It's not anything that's actually effectual, but there is a process. Now it starts off, liberals, you got to start us off. You got to be really saddened by this tragedy, and you have to propose, we need stronger gun control in this country. That's what you do. That's your part that you play. And then, conservatives, it's your turn, and you can do one of 2 things. You can either say, how dare you fucking liberals try to politicize this tragedy? That's the first thing you could say. The second thing you could say is, liberals just want to ban all guns so we can't even defend ourselves anymore. We'll be defenseless. No defense. No defense. Liberals, you can refute those people if you want. It's a waste of time. They're not going to listen. But, their hands are already in their ears. I'm not listening. I'm not listening. La, 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 la. But if anyone wants the refutations, I'll provide them really quickly. The first thing, how dare you liberals try to use this tragedy to support your political agenda. Political action is designed to solve problems. Mass shootings happening constantly in America is a problem. So basically what you're saying is, how dare you liberals try to offer a solution to a problem? You see how stupid that is? No, of course you don't, because la 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 la. I'm not listening, la 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 la. And the other thing, the liberals want to ban all guns. That's just an outright lie. The vast majority, don't get me wrong, sure, there's some liberals in America who ban guns. But that's pretty rare. Most of them kind of have the stance of just wanting stronger gun control. And by the way, it's not just liberals that want that. I think even the majority of people who identify as conservative want stronger gun control in this country. But apparently the majority of people on both sides of the aisle agreeing on something isn't enough to actually get Congress to act. So whatever. So after the liberals and conservatives are done wasting each other's time, having the same fruitless discussion that they've had 1,000 times before, that's when the the conspiracy nuts take center stage. And they let us all know that this is just a big false flag operation set up by the government, and it's all designed to get people to embrace political agenda X. You know, if people are subjected to these mass shootings all the time, they'll get scared, and then they will embrace policy X, position X, and that's gonna be beneficial to us, the government. Mwahaha, we are evil, for we are the government. The main point against that at this point is not even the sheer impracticality of it, which is typically the argument I've gone to against these conspiracy nuts. But I think the argument at this point is that it doesn't even fucking work. Like, seriously, if the purpose of the government doing these false flags to get us to embrace some sort of political agenda, usually it's something like, so they can take our guns away. Well, guess what? America doesn't seem to be biting on that. So the problem at this point is it's a failed strategy. We've had so many mass shootings. If Americans were going to say, with all these mass shootings, I think we ought to ban guns, I think that would have happened by now. But even setting aside our mass shootings, our levels of gun violence in this country are absolutely staggeringly ridiculous. We have more shootings per 100,000 people, more gun homicides per 100,000 people at least, than Pakistan, and barely less than Iraq. In New Orleans, where I used to live, the gun homicide rate is 62.1 gun homicides per 100,000 people, which makes it pretty comparable to Honduras. Now, when you compare us to all of the other Western countries, the results are ridiculously lopsided. Look at this chart that tracks murders with guns, knives, and other means, and look at how we tower above the rest. Truly, we are the shining city on the hill. But you know what? I don't even give a fuck about gun control anymore. I don't care anymore. At this point, I just wish we'd do something. Like anything. Even if it was something just ineffectual. Like, just to show we actually care on some level that this is happening. That we are experiencing a problem that no other country that we would consider our peers is experiencing. I can't believe this continues to happen. People losing their lives in the most pointless and empty ways, and we stand idly fucking by and continue to just have these ridiculous flame wars on Twitter and other social media forums, and probably people are having this discussion out there in the world. I don't know. I don't interact with actual human beings because they're fucking disgusting. Do we have no plan? Is there no plan that everyone can agree on? Is there no action that could be taken? Can Congress not draft up even a symbolic fucking law? Like, you just pass a law that says anyone who commits a mass shooting is officially a real jerk. And if that sounds like it's not nearly enough, just keep in mind, it's more than we've done so far. Right? We haven't even had some stupid, empty, symbolic gesture like that. Our response is literally to be like, well, that sucks. Man, that mass shooting over there, that's horrible. Oh, there's another one over there. Gosh. Wow. Oh, there's another one. Man, they just keep on happening, don't they? That is real sad. Man, maybe we should do something about it. Nah, I don't think so. Probably be too hard. What can we really do anyway? How are we supposed to control? Crazy people go crazy. It just happens, Sure, it has a cause, and maybe we could track that cause down and try to solve it or something, but nah. I think I'd rather obsess over stupid minutia on the internet, and, I'm much more concerned about this woman who got 6 of her ribs removed so that she could look more like a fucking cartoon character. Yeah, you know, that bitch is crazy. She's a lunatic. Let's fucking spread that all over the place and be interested in that. Yeah, maybe she is crazy, but you know what? At least she's not the kind of crazy that goes out and shoots a bunch of people. Just putting that out there. Maybe a little less condemnation of someone who's just a little eccentric, and a little more condemnation of people who are actually out there committing acts of wanton violence against their fellow man. Just a thought from your friend, the Amazing Atheist. And that's who I am, Amazing Atheist. Peace the fuck out. If you enjoy this channel, subscribe.